What is going on YouTube? Got another sit down video for you guys. If you guys have been keeping up with my channel, you know that a few months back I posted a video about what my basic training experience was like at Fort Jackson. Well, I'm here for a similar video, except this will be what my A.I.T experience was like down in Fort Lee, Virginia. I hope you enjoy this video. I don't really have it planned out. I'm just gonna kind of talk and think of stuff up as I go. I want to start off with the end of basic training because I don't know if I really talked about it in my basic training video. But the last 2 days of basic training, it's family day and graduation day. So with family day, you go down to the graduation field, and there's a little short ceremony, and then you can hang with your families all day, anywhere you want on post. And then on graduation day, which is the following day, there's a longer ceremony, and you get to hang out with your families all day off post, and you just gotta be back by a certain time. Um, Then the day after Family Day, the day of Family Day, if you're leaving to your duty station or your A.I.T location with your parents, you can leave that day. For me, I took government transportation. I took a bus, so we left the morning after. Now I don't think all basic trainings are like this, but for the final night there, they let us have our phones and like computers in the barracks. So I don't think all places are like that because I think it was just mainly my company. Because at my A.I.T, I was talking to some people that was in the company like next to me in basic, and they had to turn their phones in for that night. While our company let us keep them in the barracks. So that was pretty nice. I guess it all depends on what your drill sergeants are feeling like. But once you get to A.I.T, you're there's no like shark attack kind of like you did with basic, but not as bad. When you get there, it's nice and casual. You chill in this building for a little bit. They check your paperwork, and then you walk over to wherever your company is. The drill sergeants are gonna be like on your ass, like move, 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 because you gotta get there quick. You are gonna be carrying your two big green duffel bags and your personal bag. So you expect to have to drop your bags every now and then on the walk over there. I did. Don't be ashamed. The drill sergeants will be on your ass, but just don't think much of it because A.I.T does get a lot better. Once you get to your company, you have to do a shakedown, so you dump all your bags out. And this is going to be one of your only smoke sessions of A.I.T on Fort Lee. They make you dump all your bags out, and then they tell you what you can't have. Some stuff you'll be throwing away, like certain medication and like anything that could be seen as a weapon, like nail clippers and stuff like that. You can get nail clippers back later on. It's just like for this process. And then when they have you put your stuff back in the bag, they'll give you like a minute, which even they know isn't enough time to reload up all three of your duffel bags and get them zipped up. They do it to smoke you, so you will get smoked. Don't think you're not going to get smoked, because you will. But after the first day of just processing, it gets a lot better. You'll have, depending on your MOS, so I was in 91 Bravo, wheeled vehicle mechanics. We had night classes. So if you're like me, you have a 91 Bravo position, you'll be in either Charlie or Delta Company. On Ordnance Island. I must also say I was on Ordnance Island. There is also Quartermasters, which I was not there. I was on Ordnance, so that is what I'm talking about is strictly for Ordnance Island. But with my MOS, we had PT in the morning. So when I first got there, it was 9 a.m. PT, and then we'd have like half an hour of personal time before you went into lunch. When you got back from lunch, you had like 2.5 hours of personal time. And then you went into dinner. And from dinner, you went straight to class. Class went from 6 p.m. to 2 in the morning. However, don't think you're just going to go that time without eating, because at 9 p.m. there's a dinner chow, or they call it midnight chow. It's your third meal of the day because they're required to feed you 3 times a day, so that is your third meal. However, a lot of people were falling asleep in class because of the little sleep they were getting. So then they changed it to where you would sleep in till 10, and PT was at from 11 to 12, and then you went right from PT into lunch, and then after that you still had your 2.5 hours of personal time into dinner, into class. The schoolhouse was very easy. They basically hand feed you everything. Everything's done on MSDs or the computer system. It gives you all the answers. Whenever you take the written tests, you're allowed to use the laptops, and all the answers are on the laptops. It's very simple. When you do the hands-on test, they literally walk you through the hands-on test the day before so you know exactly what to do to ensure that you pass the day of the test. You do have to score 70% or higher on every test to pass. I ended my schoolhouse with a GPA of, I think, like 96%. So, I mean, I got 100 on most things and just started to, like, get lower scores towards the end of the schoolhouse experience. But I still did overall pretty good. Right now, I'm in the reserves, so I'm doing weekend drills once a month at my unit in Wisconsin. But, so with that being said, now I'm going to get into Phase 5, because that's where I'm sure a lot of people's questions come into play. Right when you get to A.I.T, you're in what's called Phase 4. Very little privileges. On the weekends, you can leave the island to go to like the PXs and the couple restaurants that we have on post. And you have to wear OCPs. But, depending on your drill sergeant, with my MOS of 15 weeks, you should get tested for Phase 5 anywhere between like 6 and 8 weeks of being there. And with Phase 5, once you complete your Phase 5 testing and unlock your Phase 5 privileges, they will give you your personal back, which gets locked up right when you get there. The day of or the day after. Your personal back will get locked up, and you don't get it back till your Phase 5. So it gives you your personal bag. It allows you to wear civilian clothes on the weekend. And it allows you to leave the post on the weekend. So you can go out and do a bunch of other fun stuff. I went paintballing. There's a mall not too far off post that you can go to. There's just variety of fun stuff around. There's like a sports park nearby as well that has like go-karting and stuff. So there is a lot of fun stuff to do off post. And that all comes with Phase 5. Now, the Phase 5 testing consists of quite a few things to be able to get your Phase 5. So with that, it comes... Now, this varies because my platoon was given less stuff to do than some other platoons. But for the most part, it's the same stuff. So my platoon, we had to be able to cite the Ordnance Soldier's Creed, which is another creed you'll have to learn on top of the Soldier's Creed, which you also have to cite. You have to be able to sing the Army Song word for word, as well as the Ordnance Army Song, which is again another song you'll have to learn on top of the Ordnance Song. You gotta state your 7 Army values. We also had to... this is something every platoon has to do. You gotta pass a room inspection. They have like pictures and like diagrams that show exactly how your room has to look. And it has to look exactly like that to be able to get your Phase 5. Once one room gets 3 ticks, that room fails. If 3 rooms in your platoon fails, everyone fails Phase 5, and you get retested on it. Off the room inspections alone, It took my platoon, I think, the third or fourth time to get phase 5 because there was just some rooms that weren't getting it down. But in the end, we got it. And once you get phase 5, life gets so much better in A.I.T. So much more privileges. The flag you carry around will go from a black flag to a gold flag. And you just feel above all the platoons that are just getting there. It is a pretty fun experience once you get phase 5. But I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I missed out. Oh yeah, so on Ordnance Island there's this thing called ODX, which every platoon has to do at the end of your training period in A.I.T. It stands for, it's a Ordnance Training Field Exercise, kind of like you did the Forge, the Hammer, and the Anvil on Fort Jackson. This is similar to that. It's 3 days out in the woods. You will work on vehicles. uh, you will run through this. I'm just trying to think of everything. You work on vehicles, and you run through this course where half your platoon will be the enemy, and then half will be the people running through the course. And the enemy's side of things will be hidden and behind bushes and trees and stuff, and they'll be shooting blanks at you while you run through the course. You'll be shooting back and shit. It's actually really fun. I was on the enemy side of things, so I was hidden behind a log, just popping off blanks. And unlike in basic where you couldn't go full auto, they let you go full auto, and it's so fun. It's such a fun experience. But ODX is nowhere near as bad as the Forge. The Forge is pretty bad. ODX nowhere near as bad. Something I will say, if it's cold, you might luck out like my platoon did, where we actually got bussed back to the company every night and did not stay out there the whole 72 hours or whatever. Because how cold it was. We'd go there for the day, we'd bus back that night, and then we'd bus back the next morning to go back into our training. But that's all I got for you guys today. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just figured I did a basic training experience, so I might as well do my A.I.T experience. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. I was pretty up to date on answering questions from the basic training video, so I'm going to try to keep with that for this video. But with that being said, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.